recapping on the lowering, we're sitting now at 320 mil hub to guard all around. So front and back is the same. Before we were at 350 at the front and 355 at the back. So having it at 320 now, we've taken 35 mil out of the whole car. It looks, that's the way that it looks. It almost looks, that's the way that it should have been from the factory. Not that it looked bad from the factory, but now when you see it on the road, it's just got that that OEM plus sort of presence, and you just see it. It's got the wheel spacers in it, which again, they're not permanent. I actually just have recently got some 19-inch mounts that I'll be putting on it soon. So that I think will complete that OEM plus look that I was trying to get, like that. You know, if they created a plus version or an R version of the R36, that's what it would look like. So that was kind of the theme that I'm going for. Ride quality, of course, it's more stiff. Being a aftermarket coilover, fully adjustable suspension, you can, dial in how hard or soft you want the shocks to be. There is quite a bit of range in that. I have played with them a bit, and you can definitely feel that there is quite a difference in, softer settings to the harder settings, to what you feel in the actual suspension travel. So that does work. The standard suspension felt as if there was nothing wrong with it, and I know a lot of people have commented on it being like it's quite brash and abusive on your senses. It's a sports inspired sedan, wagon, whatever you've got. Of course it's not going to be the most comfortable car. Go buy a diesel Passat if that's what you wanted. Don't get an R36. But anyway, the standard stuff felt like over, not so much rough roads, but over, I suppose, rough roads. It felt like it crashed through all of the bumps, and there was just a lot of transfer of noise, and not so much bump, but the noise and I suppose that energy gets absorbed in the suspension and the body in the standard suspension. It's hard to describe. Those who actually have R36s or R32 Golfs, for example, you probably know, even most standard sort of performance-orientated cars would have that sort of feeling where the suspension absorbs all of that energy, and a lot of it is transferred through noise rather than actual bump and actual, I suppose, suspension bound or rebound. The coilovers do a lot to absorb that. So where you'd typically go over a road and it's just going bang, 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 and you feel all that noise coming through the dash, and you're just cringing, going, oh, what am I doing? The coilovers don't do that. They transfer more of the feedback from the road. You do get more, I suppose, bounciness, if you like, but that is controlled a lot by the shock. It's not like you need to drive it. Honestly, I need to maybe set up a camera and go for a drive in it, but I'm just trying to explain it for those that are going, maybe I should get some H&R springs or some lowering springs and put them in the standard shocks. Of course, that's a great solution, because I really haven't lowered it any more than what you would have lowered it with a set of H&R springs. So I think this H&R springs, there's probably even a set of springs that drop it more than what I've dropped it. So that's an alternative as well, rather than going to spend all this money on coilovers and replacing them with a full leg. Just replace the springs. Having the springs and the shock matched in a decent set of coilovers, that's probably the ideal solution to that. But it is what it is. It's a lot firmer, yes, but it's not obscene or offensive. It seems very composed, being quite a heavy car and having a good supportive seats. You can daily drive it like that, no problems at all. So I'm pretty happy with it. It's sitting now where I want it to sit. Just need to get these 19-inch mounts set up and some new tires and stuff on them, and chuck them in there as well. And I think the main bits of the R36 will probably be done. You never say a car's finished. Like any project car, even a daily, you always want to do little bits and pieces to it. So I'm never going to say it's finished, but that's the progression, the progression exterior that might stay for a while. So I'm pretty happy with that. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks.